Goodwill Hunting and bringing up the issue if people really need college in America. Many Americans see college as the path to a good career, but the student debt crisis looms large for millions. Take a look at this. The average grad borrowing nearly $30,000. That according to U.S. News and World Report. And the U.S. faces a tight labor market. Some employers are dropping the requirement for a college education. All of this as technology continues to change the game when it comes to how someone can make a living. So will young people start rethinking the need for a degree and a four-year university? CNN Boober is joining Top Story tonight. She's a lead economist for ZipRecruiter. And Beth Hendler-Grunt, she's the founder and CEO of Next Great Step, which provides guidance to college grads on internships and their first big job. Welcome to both of you. So, CNN, I'm going to start with you. So we first saw this data in the Wall Street Journal, and it came from a company, or a group, I should say, called the Burning Glass Institute, which studies the future of work. And it found a 5% drop in the percentage of job postings requiring at least a four-year degree. Has this been helping companies navigate the tight labor market, or essentially companies saying, okay, we're going to waive the college degree requirement just to get people in the door?
Well, it absolutely is happening, and that's actually the result of the labor shortages. To reach a wider pool of talent, companies are waiving the college requirement. And as a recruiter, we're able to see this clearly in our data. In 2021, 28% fewer jobs requiring college degree in our platforms compared to 2020. And the same holds for 2022 as well. So more and more companies are moving away from the college degree hiring towards skills-based hiring.
So, Beth, you're a college career coach, essentially, right? So you don't like this story. You don't like the idea of this segment. But I have to ask you, do you think the future is still going to be four-year universities for all those high schoolers coming out of high school and for kids even that are in kindergarten right now going all the way up? Will college look a lot different by the time they get there?
Look, I think it's not a one-size-fits-all for those young adults who are looking for an education, but clearly there is absolutely opportunities by going on campus, not only the academics, but the opportunity to join clubs, to be a part of activities, to gain skills like leadership, teamwork, your ability to communicate. And those are the exact things that employers are looking for. Also, your opportunity to build a network, which is one of the most effective ways of how you can actually land the job that you desire.
But, Sinem, we put up that stat at the top. The average student has $30,000 in debt. And that just seems so un-American in the sense that this is a country built on capitalism, right, and democracy. And to start out in a negative position. Are companies understanding this, and are they considering this as they bring on young workers?
Well, that's interesting you brought that up, because we are seeing, again, as part of the, as a result of the labor shortages, we are seeing more companies helping the students with their tuition payments as well. So that's one of the benefits that the employees are getting as a result of the labor shortages. And there's definitely still value in getting the college degree. The college graduates have only 1.9% unemployment rate. They're having the highest degree of job security compared to high school graduates or people without a high school degree, which are facing 6.3% unemployment rate right now. And they have higher, lifetime earnings, and they are more likely to be part of the workforce. 70% of college graduates are working right now, compared to only 1 in 2 high school degree holders.
Beth, I want to put something up that ZipRecruiter found, which is that 1 in 5 people, this is another graphic we have, who were hired within the last 6 months went through skills assessments during the hiring process, essentially taking some type of test. So if you were going to work here at NBC News, maybe you have to take a writing test or something like that. Is that something that colleges can still help out with, where it would be very tough if you didn't have a degree to sort of score well enough on those assessment exams to get hired?
Absolutely. I think there's an opportunity for universities to really have a better connection with what employers are expecting. And the more they start to see that companies are looking for these assessments, or that you need to be a great writer, you need to have the aptitude to be adaptable and solve problems, the more universities can give that experience through internship, on-site experience through the university, through projects in the classroom, the more that you can connect the dots and be more prepared to help employers in the workplace.
Sinem, do you see a future where they get rid of maybe the 4-year requirement, maybe it's a 2-year requirement, and big companies, say places like Facebook or Google, start training workers right out of high school to bring them into the companies?
It absolutely is taking place right now as we speak. We are seeing more companies valuing the skills and the experience over the degree. Just as Beth mentioned, soft skills and technical hard skills are very important to perform well in those jobs. And employers realize that college is not the only signal that they can filter, screen through these candidates. They're able to assess, the candidates are able to acquire those soft skills through prior experience or technical skills through self-learning platforms.
Beth, do you think the colleges have to get better? I mean, I think this idea, I was talking to our staff about this idea is out there in America that you have to get a 4-year degree, right? And my staff was reminding me that it's not just the universities, it's the corporations who are requiring this. But I wonder if the colleges can do a better job, one, of making college more affordable, and two, figuring out a way if we can get kids out of there faster so they're not spending so much money.
Absolutely. I think there's an opportunity. I think even with the pandemic, we see a breaking point where people are not as tolerant of what might have happened in the past and are looking for more creative ways to be educated and be prepared for the workplace, but do it in a way that really also adds value to a company. And how can you solve a problem for an organization? Because ultimately that's what an employer wants. And I think the more higher ed can have a better synergy with the workplace and what companies are expecting, the better off our kids will be.
All right, Beth and Sinem, thank you so much for joining Top Story tonight. We really appreciate it.